Y'all. Is your boy?
No.
No? Okay. Yes, a day early
Please stop.
this week. Thanks to nothing special, just family thing. Wife being out of town tomorrow, so I had to just take care of the house a little bit more. So and go pick her up when she comes back in town. So just won't have the same time frame. So I'm just doing the stream today. No news on the release of Draconis Reaches, Draconis March. I haven't heard anybody have it or has access to it, so we're still.
Well, unless you're Goonhammer or Volk, you don't have access to it.
Yeah.
Unless you're an influencer, you don't have access to it yet.
Hey, I influence people. Maybe not the way CGL would want, but I influence people.
Influence people to drink.
Sometimes.
No, that's CGL.
Those Dover boys, you drive me to drink.
I don't. Thing is,
where are we streaming from tonight? I think we're streaming from a former Comstar ROM archival library where they were trying to put FTL engines on nuclear submarines. I think that's where we're streaming from tonight.
That'd be Blakest then.
I think that'd be a pretty good spot for us to stream from tonight. A secret lab that was trying to put FTL engines on submarines.
For what stands to see, second generation clan is what it technically means. Basically, mechs that were originally Inner Sphere designed that were converted to clan standard, but not just, take the chassis and replace it. Normally, it's a full rebuild. There's a few that are more or less just use the chassis and rebuild them. The Orion 2C, I would say, is just an Orion chassis with clan tech on it. Same with the Highlander 2C. It's literally a Highlander with clan tech on it that's mirrored for some reason. The Clint 2C is a different body. It's a different body kit a little bit, but it is close. So then again, there weren't that many Clint builds to begin with. But I mean, if you look at most of the others, their weight range changes a little bit. The body kit changes sometimes significantly. Even more
is the
in
Urban
the
mech
case
still the same weight?
of the Phoenix Hawk 2C. It goes from a 45 tonner to, an 80 ton
an assault
charger.
Ton. Yeah, a flying charger, which
that's actually kind of a scary prospect.
It is a scary prospect, but it's still not that great, at least not the base model. Some of the further models that we might be discussing today might be a little bit better. That's what we've done. Last week, we went through the base model of most of them, discussed some of the other models for some of the different ones here. The Warhammer 2C, the first two marks are S's, and then it basically goes down from there. It keeps getting worse as you go down.
Real quick, what I meant earlier on your server when I said that the Jihad era 2C refits are products of their time, both artistically and commercially, was that they were still using the Project Phoenix designs, which commercially are. It is very clear to me that the community is still divided on whether the Project Phoenix redesigns are good or bad. I think it's just a matter of when you got into Battletech, i.e., if you were in it from the beginning, you probably hate the Project Phoenixes. If you didn't get into it at the beginning, then you're probably down with them because you don't know.
Honestly, most of the 2C Project Phoenixes weren't hateful.
Yeah, and the ones that are really bad is the Warhammer and the Marauder. Those two are dreadful. Most of the other Project Phoenix are okay to good. So like the Shadowhawk, the Commander Cobra Shadowhawk looks good.
The Phoenix a little weird, Shadowhawk. But he was pretty cool, yes.
I mean, it's not the blocky block of the original Shadowhawk.
Yeah.
But I mean, Commander Cobra Shadowhawk looks cool. Because he looks like Commander Cobra, and Commander Cobra looks cool, even though he's a loser. But,
Shadowhawk, Phoenix Hawk, and I think the Battlemaster were probably my favorites.
And then of their
fine too, yes, you're right.
And then of their times, meaning, hey, we're starting to introduce things like improved jump jets and plasma rifles and plasma cannons as like standard level tech. Let's put them on some X and see what they do. There's a Warhammer 2C that has improved jump jets that it's like, oh wow, while you are basically an assault weight 60 tonner, you're still moving like an 80. You're still an 80, 85 tonner doing
space
things.
Combat on top of things. That one is really odd, but it's one of those that actually kind of work. Yeah, the Battlemaster Project Phoenix also kind of works, but it really looks like a Griffin. Strangely enough.
Oh, the Project Phoenix Battlemaster was so cool, dude.
It has a reason to be, unless
it was the face of the Battletech logo for a little while. Actually, it was the silhouette of him.
Yeah, it was basically
because it was on Total Warfare.
So. Yeah, it was the when they did the Project Phoenix, it became the face of Battletech.
Yeah,
I think the Atlas is a better face for Battletech in general, but still.
Well, they had done
welcome
the Atlas
everyone.
For 10 years at that time.
We've got Armor, we've got Fubel, we've got Crab, we've got Romano, and we've got Tanky tonight. Who knows where things are going to go? Probably very nasty places, because we're going to talk about the Drift Shag because of the name.
Shag and Wagon. It's already there.
It's the Shag and Wagon. The Drift Shag is one of those things that was introduced in Golden Century. And yes, it is a 2C. It's Armor that brought it up. And yes, it is technically a Falcon 2C. We don't remember the Falcon, so we don't, really remember the Falcon 2C either. But how good is it? I mean, we're going to start with this one here. It isn't going into cheap at around $5 million for a 30-tonner, 1,500 BV for a 30-tonner, so it's not cheap. It's because you really pay for the movement on it. It's 7.11.6.
I was about to say, what's actually causing the... Because he doesn't really have that much advanced, like, really crazy advanced tech.
Yeah. It's really the movement that's going to cost it, 7.11.6. But if we were saying that it basically falls in the same category as our Incubus, and the Incubus is more expensive in BV because it has a large pulse laser, basically. The Incubus is a little bit more armor because it's ferrofibrous. It has, that's 6-ton standard, 5.5 ferrofibrous. So technically the ferrofibrous beats it out. The Drift Shag has more eat sinks than the Incubus, but the Incubus doesn't overeat as much because it's got a battery of machine guns, while the Drift Shag has a battery of ER small lasers, which are also really good. Clan ER small lasers are really nasty in the end. Is the overshoot gonna load? Because
you can't
range of 6 for damage to eat.
You want to be a light mech that moves fast and be like, oh no, I can either have a single Clan ER large laser, or I'll have 8 ER small lasers, or 8 heavy small lasers. Oh, now suddenly you're a problem.
Yes.
Yes, like the Dasher variant. But that's also just because it's the Dasher. It's going places.
7.11.6 still gives you decent movement. The armor's not terrible on it. We're saying originally the armor is low, but 6 tons of standard, you're almost maxed out. You're at 9 point from maxed out. It's quite decent. You could technically stick ferrofibrous on there and it would, work as well. You'd save half a ton, which you could invest in an extra ER small laser, I guess. If we were to do a variant of the thing.
Maybe a micro pulse just for infantry.
Yeah, sure. Why not? At that
flamer.
Point, a flamer. That's even better against infantry.
Honestly, if you've got the speed for it, a battery of micro pulse lasers wouldn't really even be that bad of an idea either.
No. I've played against people doing that. I don't like it. The thing is, the Drift Shag, if you're playing with quirks, the Drift Shag also has narrow low profile. This basically turns it from a let's say a C mech, like a thing that you'd be like, it'd be cool to add to
It'll be fun to run tonight.
I mean, I'd probably be saying it's a B tier mech just because it's just good enough because of that narrow low profile. It beats the Incubus because the Incubus doesn't have narrow low profile.
Looking at the availability, it's a Scorpion or Ice Hellion mech, and then after Ice Hellion stopped being a thing, it is purely a Scorpion mech.
So if you try to invade the former Asiatic League, you're going to have to deal with those things. Or if you're trying
Drift
to go
shags
get yourself,
and star pythons.
If you're trying to go
Warhawks.
get your, if you're trying to go get a bunch of Warhawks, yeah, you're going to have to face those things in trials. It's awful having to go against the the Scorpions nowadays.
They got some good stuff.
Surprising.
They just want to be left alone.
Yes, exactly. They are the successful blood spirits.
The successful blood spirit and the successful Taurian Concordia.
Yeah.
And possibly the successful clan, period.
I would say they have become the North Side Turians, because honestly, they run on the same platform. Leave me alone. Just one has nukes, the other has clan tech.
They can still sell improved large lasers to everyone.
Oh God, improved heavy large lasers are a thing.
And Artemis 5. They did invent Artemis 5 as well.
Which is also a fairly nasty thing, if we think about it.
Gotta help all those tanks they run.
I mean, of all people to be the ones to invent Artemis 5, it was the Scorpions of all people. That's crazy.
Didn't they also make the water elementals? The early elemental suits?
I think the early elemental suit, they made the power suit, and someone copied, and then was it the wolves or was it the elves that got
the suit? They took the Hell's Horse's elemental genomes, the suits from Scorpions, and then they mixed it for themselves to make the actual elemental, if I recall correctly.
What the Scorpions made was the Undine. And you would be okay if you didn't know what an Undine was, because no one's ever actually ran an Undine, because
they don't have weapons.
It barely has weapons except for LRT launchers, because it is a underwater suit. It is the only element. It is one of only 2 battle armors in the game that if the Omni-Mech you're riding on gets destroyed in water, when you bail off of the destroyed Omni-Mech or it falls down, you don't actually die when you hit the water. Because it wants to be in the water.
It's if you fall off after you're out of the water that you're in trouble.
Yeah, because you only move 1. You only have 1 ground movement point. Look, just be a Cloud Cobra or whoever it was who made it and run the Sylph instead. It's a VTOL battle armor. It drops bombs on people.
This one's a little bit more aggressive, yes. And by a little bit, I mean quite a bit.
Running a bunch of stealths, just like that one picture of all the bow fighters harassing a German destroyer.
Pretty much.
Oddly, I mean, quick check to Golden Century. They invented the active probe for clans, not the Artemis. So yeah, that's interesting. They made the Artemis 5.
I mean, everybody was drooling over ATMs and IATMs, and they were like, "Nope, we're gonna stay OG." And stick Artemis 5 on stuff.
LRMs were good enough for General Kerensky. LRMs are good enough for us. We're just going to give them a better guidance system.
The LRM served me through 3 Shadow Wars.
The LRM got me through World War II to 11. So.
Wait. Wait, 11?
Yeah, we're actually gearing up for World War 12 right now, because apparently we fought all the other world wars up to 11 so far.
349.
Yeah, we can't even turn up the world wars up to 11 anymore. We have to turn them up to 12 if we want to be fancy.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe
MechWarrior
the Glad
Online
Scorpions
has a
will be
bunch
there.
of weird configs for their 2C mechs. I was able to replicate most of them, or I was as close as I can.
Yeah, because you have to start doing weird stuff because MWO.
There's
does
some weird science in MWO, yes.
Yeah.
But it's really not that bad. There's a few things that were like half a ton. I had to move things around half a ton. This Gener 2C version, perfectly legal. Is it good? It's oversynced, 12 double heat sinks. So it sinks 24 when it eats 19. So you could technically take those two off and stick 2 tons of armor more.
Is that with the jump jets included?
It is with the jump jets included. I mean, take off the extra heat sinks, add 2 jump jets, and add a ton of armor. And it overeats by 1 if it jumps and shoots everything. And it would have well, not good armor, but armor. You know.
Oh no, it overheats by 1 if it jumps. Think of the children.
Yeah, well, think of the children. The real think of the children is when you look at the equipment. You were talking about about pulse laser boats on light mechs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is 6 small pulse lasers, 3 in each arm.
Good heavens!
I'm pretty sure that that's actually a Locus 2C variant. So why would you need that to be on a Geno 2C?
It has as much armor as the Locus 2C. It sinks more. It jumps. The Locus 2C doesn't jump. So 911-7 with 6 small pulse lasers, enough armor to defend you against someone looking at you funny. That's about it. In an ER medium laser takes out your armor in the right torso, as an example. So, I mean, it's not fantastic there. But, I mean, it's under 900 BV, which is reasonable. And, I mean, 6 small pulse lasers are going to cause people issues. And like I said, this is an MWO setup, so it is oversynced because MWO doesn't manage heat the same way as regular Battletech. So, I mean, if you were to do this for regular Battletech, take out those 2 extra heat sinks, stick 2 extra jump jets in and an extra ton of armor. I mean, you're still under 900 BV. You're decently protected, and you move 914-9.
Look, can we at least Alpha Strike? Can we at least do a jumping Alpha Strike and be under -1 movement on the heat table?
Yes.
Boom. Then how much heat do we take on a jumping Alpha Strike?
1.
A huge 1.
Oh, well, shit, dude. Let me do that for the next 4 turns, and then I'll go find a spot to fuck off and cool off in. Let's go.
You just don't jump and you just run because you're a 6.
You're still going 14.
Yeah.
Like, stop worrying. You're still going 14.
I just like to jump, man.
I know. I'll call that the Alpha Plus. I'll call that.
I'm ground.
I've been to jump around. It's the House of Pain.
I'm ground bound, man. I just want to know what it's like to fly. Jump up, and get down.
My DFA addiction must be quelled.
Your DFA ass you will OD. You're addicted to DFA and you're gonna OD on it. Like you're on a Milwaukee sidewalk.
I saw someone this weekend, or was it something like that? You had 2 heavy mechs DFA a Hornet.
Yeah.
Like, what did that Hornet ever do to you?
It's funny. Look, my first successful DFA, I kicked someone's assault mech off a level 3 cliff. Since then, I've been hooked, and I can't quite get that fixed, like that feeling yet. But I'll get there eventually. You know, something else will be just as good. I swear.
Once a fiend, always a fiend. We lost him, boys.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you.
We're gonna
6 small
find
pulse lasers on a fast platform is seriously. This is very aggressive, and I mean, even the one without the upgrade, I would say, like, it's not an insta pick, but it's a thing that I would pick quite often if I had to.
And small pulse lasers are on 1 ton, aren't they?
Yes.
So you could also trim some of the pulses for like some medium, like ER mediums that have a couple pocket larges that won't overheat you because you're so
I know
sync.
in MW5 when I was running this thing, because you basically get them almost for free in the Rassalig, not the Rassalig, the Ghost Bear campaign. I think I stuck a medium pulse and 2 ER smalls instead of the 3 small pulses.
At some point, you're just going to invent the fire moth from first principles again.
But it jumps. Okay. I think I removed the jump jets and added armor because I hate jumping in Mech Warrior. But
yes, I agree.
Me.
And it's kind of sad we won't have the expansion pack this week.
Yeah, it's a week. It's not a week left. It's gonna be late by a little bit, but it's not bad.
Well, I mean, it's the start of the month. All the bills came out. I am okay with the DLC being late if it means that I'll get paid again and be able to get
bro. Just got my tax refund in.
You guys got tax refunds? Wow, what's that like?
I thought I had to pay this year. I got a tax refund of a little bit. So I'll take a tax refund of a little bit because I thought I was going to pay. All right. Right.
Hey.
I mean, jumping around is jumping around with my trailer park queen. White Ford sings the blues. Whoa. Okay. That's a whole reference. Shadow Hawk 2C, there's 3 variants for Mech Warrior Online. They're special. We'll go with that. Your base 1 ear, 696, still the same speed, same kind of armor at 7 tons, 10 double heat sinks, and we're looking at a whole lot of weird weapons. An LB5X in the shoulder, these 2 Streak SRM4, 2 LRM5, and 2 ER medium laser, 1 in each arm.
Hey, what if normal Shadowhawk, but double up on everything?
That's basically it, isn't it? Well,
not
better
bad.
Except for the autocannon. Except for the autocannon, you only got the 1 autocannon.
But I hope. Jeez, how heavy a autocannon is. I'd almost go with an Ultra 5 instead of an LB5.
Yeah. Also, why the 2 Lerm 5s? Why not just a big 10? I can understand the 2 Streak 4s.
And you don't have ammo selection because you only have a ton of LRM 5. So
that was going to be my next question then. Was if we've got the 2 tons for 2 launchers, then we got a minefield, we got a smoke screen. Oh wait, we're the clans. We don't believe in force multiplication like that. My bad.
I mean, it's a little bit over. Like, you might move some stuff around that it would be a little bit better. And I think that's one that I had to move things around. And it ended up having I ended up having 2 tons of LBX shot rather than 1 ton of LBX shots. I mean, you could technically put 2 tons of LRM shots, but I think 2 tons of LBX shot is a little bit more important, at least in my book.
Yeah. Because that LBX is still an autocannon first and foremost. It will still do single point damage that AMS can't affect.
Almost like a Thunderbolt 5 that can't be intercepted.
Yeah.
And it's good against people running reflective armor, which, well, it doesn't exist in Mech Warrior Online or Mech Warrior 5, but reflective armor would destroy Mech Warrior Online. People would just be like, but how does this work? And start crying. It would be quite funny, but
this is broken the Direwolf, the self Direwolf 6ER PPC meta. Mods, fix this game now.
And then they add more stuff like the Arrow 4 anti-lasers. Screw you, hippies. Something like that.
It would be adding Arrow 4 to that game would be nightmarish because you would
they
know
already did. They added the Arrow 4 in Mech Warrior Online.
I have not played because
yeah.
It was,
they
it was
they
a
added
bad
it
game
with
that made me feel bad
last
about
clan expansion. Brought in the Naga for Mech Warrior 5 clans. They added the Naga, so you know what comes with a Naga, a pair of Arrow 4s, and it was nerfed. It was nerfed because it was a little bit too good, but it's still pretty good apparently.
A little bit.
It was a little spicy.
A little spicy. And okay,
We talking like the Thai restaurant, little spicy? Or are we talking the white guy at the cookout, little spicy?
No, we're talking. You go into the Thai restaurant and ask for Thai spicy.
Okay,
Which
so
is not a good idea,
it
by
was
the way.
Thai. It was okay, so it was pretty spicy.
When they look at me like, "Are you sure you want this?" I look at them and I go, "I know what I'm about."
Yes.
And I almost want to say, my people didn't colonize half of the world solely to gain spices, just for me to not eat the spices.
The scoreboard wasn't there for no reason.
The French were not in Indochina for no reason. The Germans were not in wherever the Germans were for no reason.
They were in weird places for the Germans. Your Bravo. Okay, so the Shadowhawk Alpha.
Hey, wait. Real quick. I have to point out. Guard Romano probably saw it on our local server. I have turned the off-topic chat into my historic schizo posting channel every now and then.
Yes.
How about the time, speaking of people being in weird places, how about the time Albania showed up for the Cameroonian Civil War?
What?
Well, no, that one checks.
They
that
were
one
just
checks
good
out.
friends.
No, that one checks out because that was like the part of the weird, because that was a Cold War Civil War, wasn't it?
One of them, yeah.
Yeah, so that was the point where like the Soviet, the Warsaw Pact was just throwing money everywhere. Albania was trying to be like a little Yugoslavia and got involved a lot more directly. So it's weird. Then you realize, no, that's just what Albania do before they invested like 500% of the GDP into bunkers.
But Albania, of all people, to be in Cameroon, of all places, it's just funny. But back to the battle. It just goes to show when you have a Goliath Scorpion mech show up in your Snow Raven list or in your Davion list, you go, how did that happen?
It's not that
weirder things have happened.
Yeah, history has strange moments, like the Irish Catholic executioner for the Heavenly Kingdom in the Taipei Rebellion.
There you go.
Or the samurai that were in Mexico.
Yeah. Let's get back on track. The history has weird people winding up in weird places. We are not derailing anymore upon the eternal Irishman showing up in places he shouldn't belong.
I'm sorry, y'all, but yeah.
Shad Bravo
are fun. Yes. Back to the Shadowhawk.
This one replaces the LB5X with an LB10X by removing the ER medium lasers and one of the LRM5s.
It's viable.
It's in the same category as the previous one, but you don't have any lasers. So once you run out of your 2 tons of LBX, your 1 ton of LRM5, and your 1 ton of Streak 4, well, you're going to be punching people, which is
is it an LBX or a UAC?
It's an LBX.
Okay. And you still have the 2 Streak SRM4s with 1 ton of ammo, right?
Yeah, which is decent.
It's 25 shots. Given that streaks don't go off unless you actually hit the target, honestly, I'm not even worried about the fact that I'm reduced to 1 laser and punching, because, hell, 12 turns?
You've got 20 turns a shot on the LBX. You're going to be either dead or the game's going to be over by then.
Yeah. That's also one of the reasons why I like the Shadowhawk 2C10, is because it has some lasers, but the main thing is it's got a clan UAC 10 on that shoulder mount.
Oh, that's the one you were talking about earlier.
I would prefer a UAC to an LBX here. Yeah.
Just because if you're giving me the chance, I can bore through you a little better.
If we're in a trial where I need to put as much damage out as possible, yes, I want the UAC. If we're on the battlefield where I need to adapt to ever-changing battlefield conditions, I want the LB.
It's going to be able to take out planes a little bit better with or VTOLs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So your last one takes
tanks.
this to its extreme, in a way, and it also copies the Shadow Cat because it has a shoulder-mounted Gauss rifle, 2 ER medium lasers, just like the Shadow Cat, a small pulse laser, and an ER small laser in the center torso and the head. Outside of that, it's your average run-of-the-mill Shadowhawk 2C. So decent armor,
no Omni
6.96.
no mask and jump jet tax.
Yeah, because
Solid.
that's what kills the Shadow Cat. Really, is the
various taxes. Yeah,
all the taxes taxing it together.
The BV's
I don't
up
mind.
there,
I don't
but the
mind paying.
C-bill's low.
I don't mind paying those taxes, but by God, do I have to make the Shadow Cat fight to make back that battle value taxation, especially.
But then again, it's only a difference of about 100 BV between the two, so it's not that big of a difference. And you were saying, Crab was saying price difference. I mean, it's 3 million C-bill difference between the two. So it's not that huge of it. Well, no, it's a pretty big difference in C-bill. 3 million is starting to be a lot of money.
Not 3 million when you're a clan or an inner sphere power. Not much. 3 million when you're a down on your luck plucky mercenary unit. Oh, we can't afford that. Quick, repair the Kit Fox.
The Kit Fox more expensive than the Shadow. Never mind.
Hi, Brian.
The Shadow Cat Prime is not. The Shadow Cat Prime also has the active probe, which is doesn't sound like much, but can be pretty useful.
If you play with the active probes, reduce intervening woods by 1 within the radius of the probe, then suddenly, oh my God, my Shadow Cat is a rockin' ass little sniper.
Yeah.
It also it will start, like, base rule is will start cutting through smoke now, so not terrible. I mean, this, like all the other three, like, it's not a thing that I would auto include in anything, but it's just not bad. It's okay.
I'm not going out of my way to find active probes, but if everything I have just so happens to have an active probe on it, oops.
Okay.
Like my Uziel, my beloved Uziel.
Duh. You need to teach my brother how to use the Uziel as an aside.
Yeah, I will.
You got to get him up on what Lyrans can do.
Warhammer 2C odd variant that they did. I'm not sure why, but it's probably because of how they do the different things from MechWarrior Online. And this one here, I will now dub the Hammerhands 2C. It is not a Warhammer 2C. It is a Hammerhands.
Hammerhands, my beloved!
Because it's got a pair of LBX-10 in the arms, a pair of Streak 6 in the shoulders, and a pair of ER mediums in the shoulders as well. It is a Hammerhand.
Return to tradition.
It is not a Warhammer.
Does it have an extra light engine or a standard engine?
Standard.
Importantly, does it jump? It must jump.
No,
shame.
No, not a Hammerhands 2C. Got to jump.
It doesn't.
Shame.
Drop the streak. Drop the spare SRM6. Make it jump.
No.
Hammerhands fly.
You stick an XL in. And then it can jump.
And there are Hammerhands variants with XLs in the Jihad and later on. So I suppose.
Acceptable.
Is it bland? Yes. Is it boring? Yes. Is it going to get the job done? Yes. Would I rather it have UAC 10s? Also yes. But again, changing battlefield conditions, and let me get out the rattle box of doom for all 20 pellets hitting your tank. Surely I won't motive crit you to death, lock your turret, and stun your crew to death.
Sweep the streets of all that pesky infantry.
That too.
I mean, I had done the refit for a plus. That's the one I'm making right now, basically. What else did I left? What did I do with that ton? I think I stuck an ECM in because ECMs are fun, you know. So you end up, if you do the XL engine on it, we'll go with the XL engine version here. You end up with 2 LBX with 4 tons of reload, 2 Streak 6, 2 medium pulse, 2 ER mediums, an ER small, and an ECM. Hi, Raphaelia. We're talking about the mech you don't like because it looks like a Warhammer, but it is not. It is the Hammerhand in a Warhammer 2C suit. I mean, that's what it is. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's bad either. Honestly, here a pair of LBX 10 is still quite decent. You're moving 4/6. That's with the basic model.
Speaking of
it has good armor.
someone who likes to mass LBX-10 fire at people because all those pellets, eventually you're going to kill the pilot before you kill the mech, and that saves you on repair costs.
Mm-hmm. And if you're in MWO, those are ballistic, medium ballistic slots, I think. So you can swap those for Ultra 10s without any issues because you're in MWO. So, I mean, a pair of Ultra 10s is also quite terrifying, to be quite honest. I mean,
a pair of Ultra 10s is solid. I mean, the Legacy uses that.
I mean, it is going to cause problem. Is it as awesome as the original Warhammer 2C? No, definitely not. But it is something that you would play for fun, and every once in a while, people would be surprised. And with 2 Streak 6 and 2 LB10X, tanks and VTOLs and other crafts and all those things are not going to like you at all. There's not going to be anything left of these guys, basically. So it might not be fantastic, but it's good. So, Rifleman 2C was a fun one because the base Rifleman 2C is S tier while the Mark II is E tier. So that's a thing that happened. So what does it look like for the MWO variants? Okay, I made them before after I opened the computer again. So Rifleman.
5349. Okay.
So your Alpha Rifleman 2C from MechWarrior Online. Still decent armor, not maxed out like the original Rifleman 2C at 10.5 tons. It's because I think I needed to squeeze a half ton out of something to be able to replicate what they did. But it's basically your regular rifleman in a clan chassis. So 4.6, so decent speed, not fast, but faster than your regular Rifleman 2C. A pair of large pulse laser, a pair whacked 5, and a pair of ER medium lasers. Unlike the regular Rifleman, you also have 16 double heat sinks, so you're not going to cook yourself shooting anything you have. This is, I think, quite decent. And it is going to be able to shoot down planes with anti-air targeting that it still has. So, that's still a Rifleman 2C.
I do want to point out, the only reason I say the stock Rifleman 2C is S tier is because of the 4 large pulse lasers. I do not like how slow it moves. Maybe if it had an XL fusion, it'd be able to move faster. But I don't like 3.5 movement on anything under 75 tons.
That's
it is risky.
And even then, there needs to be a good reason you move so slow at 75 tons. Like the hammer hands, because I'm 3.53 and I carry 2 autocannon 10s. I spread an AC-20 out across 2 points on your target mech. Oh, that's fair enough then.
Would I go with a pair of LBX-5 instead of the Ultra 5 if I was really a rifleman, though?
Well,
I mean,
the
LB5
rifleman
fits into the AA, fits into the anti-aircraft
What's up,
aspect of the canisters being flak. But crap.
the normal Rifleman C uses LBX-5s instead of Ultras, but it also only has the single heat sinks, and I think only like 1 or 2 tons of ammo for them. Otherwise,
this is different. It's another beast than that Rifleman C.
Yeah, this is way better.
I mean, this is a thing that I would bring on the table every once in a while. It doesn't jump unlike the regular Rifleman 2C.
But it's also not going to overload the moment you pull the trigger on somebody with lethal intent.
I mean, 2 large pulse lasers still give you very good punch at a very good range and very good accuracy. Ultra 5s are quite decent. I mean, they're not the best gun ever, but no, they're no longer going to jam, so at least there's that. And a pair of pocket large lasers just for backup. When pocket large lasers is your backup, you're in business.
Hey, didn't they make the Ill Clan variant of the Rifleman 2C be something like absolute dog shit, like 4 Protomech autocannon 8s, or was it like 4
Oh
ER
yes,
large pulse lasers?
It's number
there
10.
are quite terrible things. But I would say this is probably A tier in terms of quality. And if you play this in MechWarrior Online, even stock, because people always customize their stuff, but even stock, I think it's going to be competitive, at least competitive enough. So I would say this is an A tier mech overall. What do you guys think?
I agree. I
Solid.
mean, the Rifleman 2C for the most part is always going to be on that upper echelon, aside from the few bad loadouts. So yeah, I put it up there.
My only bug is the ammo being in the arms, but that's just
Yeah.
personal preference. But then again,
It's
it's better
MechWarrior
to lose
Online
the
where ammo
arm.
explosion doesn't count. So
Okay.
there's that too.
Also, even on tabletop, clans have built-in case, so that ammo you're taking the ammo debt pilot wounds either way, but now it's not ripping your torso apart and dealing 2 engine hits to you with a clan XL.
Now for something entirely different.
Yeah.
The Jaeger Mech 2C.
What now?
What?
A Rifleman 2C Bravo as an LB-10X and an LB-2X in each arm. That's their only weapons. In MechWarrior Online, LB-2X shoot like, 50,000 shots a second. So it's nasty. But on tabletop, it's not as nasty.
The LB2X
yeah.
is one step above the AC2 and being like the worst cannon in the game. Because it's one shot going downtown. The only salvageable one's really the rack too, just because I can introduce you to a GAU 8 Avenger.
Yeah, if it was rack
More or
2s, then I
less.
could see that. But
Mhm.
Yeah.
It there is a difference in MechWarrior Online because you just hold down the trigger.
Yeah. That's the issue with the MechWarrior game versus tabletop.
Slow movement speed doesn't matter with the Rifleman 2C because the armor and the firepower. That's basically what we're
Yeah.
saying here. You're right.
Yeah.
One of my highest games in MechWarrior Online was actually with an LB2X Puma.
Yeah, the LB2 actually works in MechWarrior Online and MechWarrior 5. So, I mean, that's why you sometimes see people playing Jaeger mechs. Yes, Jaeger mechs. But I mean, I don't think this is very good. Period. The fact that it has 13 double 8 sinks and you generate
what?
8 per turn. Because
Can
MechWarrior
it
Online
fly?
rules. It's a MechWarrior Online mech, so it is gonna overeat anyways because you're gonna keep shooting those LB2X and the eat's gonna pile up fairly quickly at some
Yeah.
point.
Ghost Heat.
But I mean, you could take out those eat sinks. I
Put
would
in some
almost replace the
lasers.
LB2X with Ultra 2s or make. I mean, if we take out, no, we don't have enough room.
Put
to put,
can we trim the heat sinks down and trim them up to rack 2s?
probably.
Because the LB10s are staying. Those are just good gunslingers on both barrels.
And it's gonna take down planes. I mean, if that's what you're messing with, the planes are gonna die.
Planes and VTOLs, yeah.
And
gotta
remember, new
change the
rack
view.
rules can take caseless ammo.
Caseless ammo on rack 2s.
For
It's just gonna go burr and things are gonna die fairly massively. Let me just see here.
Don't roll snake eyes so that caseless ammo explodes in the breach.
No, because the rack 2s are 8 tons each. You're a little bit over and you don't have the ammo for it.
What about crack 2s?
No, those are crack 2s. The inner sphere ones are the same weight, but they take less crits and have less range because they're light AC2s that are bundled together, while a clan rotary AC2 is a bunch of ultra AC2s taped together.
Okay. Well, phooey.
I mean, if you were to do that, just remove everything. Just can we stick? Sorry, I can only stick 3 rotary AC5s together on the chassis.
I'm about to let.
What's wrong?
Sorry, hit wrong button.
That's fine. I mean, you could do 2 LB5, 2 Rack 2s, and have plenty of room for ammo, but would it be, efficient? Probably not. So, I mean, this was a thought experiment more than anything. I don't think this is
Good
that's not
option,
a
really.
pick, basically. It goes back down to D tier. So
I mean,
the
it does
Rifleman
do
2C
one thing
basically
good.
does that. It has one very good config, then one that's not as good, let's say.
I tell you what, that Jägermech 2C does do real good, though. Does a good job of being a clan upgraded Jägermech. It still sucks. It just sucks with clan equipment now.
Congratulations. You're terrible, but, not as terrible.
Exactly.
Yes. We'll do it right now because you brought it up earlier. The Rifleman 2C Mark 10 with a Clan XL engine. So it is a big engine. 464, 11 tons of ferrofibrous. Up till now, it looks terrifying. If we were to talk about a Rifleman 2C, and then you look at the weapons. As a 4 Protomech AC8s with 8 tons of ammo in case 2 bins and an ER small laser on top of an active probe and a supercharger because it has to have a supercharger on top of things.
Okay, I'm gonna let you haters get your hatred out of the way before I sing my praise.
I'm very interested as to what that might be.
Yeah, I'm just flabbergasted. Okay, 4 AC8s. Okay, that's
It has a range of 10. The Protomech AC8, by the way.
What's our movement profile? That supercharger? We're
4684.
Why? All right.
Because they want you to feel pain.
Tanky,
because they wanted to put Protomech AC8s on something, and they put superchargers on everything nowadays.
Okay,
it has case 2, so the ammo explosions are not that bad.
What you got for us, Tanky?
How many shots per ton?
10 shots per ton.
We still have ammo problems.
No. So, like, suddenly those autocannon 8s are shooting armor piercing bullets, and then
robot. No, you're still. Yes,
weird.
you can shoot armor piercing bullets. You can shoot precision bullets.
Oh, there is flak ammo, so I guess there's your anti-aircraft perk to use.
I mean, four precision guided 8-point damage hits going out into that Locust 2C is going to put it down hard.
Yes, but you have a range of 10.
Well, that Locust 2C
against,
was going to be in range. Was going to be in range of me anyway because that's where he wants to be to fire his medium, small pulse, heavy McDouber hopper guns.
Yeah, you could do that, but you took the large pulse lasers off to do this, which also would have hit at that -2 and done what precision already does.
One more damage.
Longer range. So you would even be hitting more accurate because you're more likely to be in medium range as opposed to long range.
Well,
that targeting computer anyways.
He's doing his best. And I understand that he is undermined by having a big extra light engine, 4 jump jets, and a supercharger to drive his cost all the way through the roof. But the autocannon 8s ought to be cheaper than the large pulse lasers, so he should come out to be about the same as the regular Rifleman.
For BV, you're at 1,600. It's cheap for a Rifleman 2C.
Hey, we can either get this or an Incubus.
Oh, also, don't forget, Protomech autocannon 8s don't care about all the fancy reflective armor that people are going to be bringing to combat the Rifleman 2C1.
Yeah, but you're going to be hampered by ballistic reinforced armor.
Why not bring them both then? Why not bring them both then?
Auscarita has a lot of ballistic reinforced mech armor. So, because, when you fight the Davion, you want ballistic reinforced.
About to say that, yeah.
And you've got the Ghost Bears flinging Artemis 5 guided missiles out of their Viking 2Cs and Mastodons out at you. So, yeah,
and
you want
mass
that
hags.
reinforced. And
I mean, it is not good. We can all agree
it's
that
not good. No,
it goes with the Mark II there. And the Mark II, at least you have the range. You have 4 Ultra 2s. It's terrible, but you've got the range, and you're going to be taking down helicopters and things like that. Tracer rounds, I'm not sure, are going to make a big advantage on 4 Protomech AC-8s. It is not a very good setup, but you have a lot of ammo, so you can bring all the fancy ammos you want. I mean, no, it is a very sad thing. Now let's see something that is less sad. Well, no, it made someone sad on the server earlier because they looked at it and they were like, "This is very good." The Islander 2C Alpha, which we nicknamed the Awesome 2C for its trio of ERPPCs. 3 ERPPCs, an LRM-20, and a Streak 6.
Help, my mech is overheating.
Not even, because you've got 20 doubles. So you're not going to run.
Wait, so we're smashing the standard Awesome and the LRM Awesome and calling it a Highlander?
Yes.
Yes.
That's what we're doing.
Okay, fair enough.
It has an endosteel chassis rather than ferrofibrous armor. So it's just better in terms of weight saving. But you put a part of that weight saving back into the armor. So yeah, it's still, you still win. You get 3 tons of LRM-20 ammo. That might be a little bit much. And 3 tons of Streak 6 ammo is definitely too much. There's no questions there. But seeing as you got,
can be made for 2 tons of Streak SRM-6 ammo if you have a good enough pilot on there, but 3 tons? Well, we got to have a flaw somewhere.
In MechWarrior Online, you're going to be running through your 3 tons anyways. Is just you got to eat through it. But I'd still swap a ton of SRM-6 for an extra ton of LRM-20 in MechWarrior Online, MechWarrior 5, because you're going to be shooting those LRM-20s, all the time.
Oh, yeah.
But 3 RPPCs, I mean,
there's
sweet mother of cooling, Batman. And like I said, it doesn't run that odd. I mean, it's going to run at +7. You're going to lose a movement point if you shoot all of them while running or jumping. I mean, there is
a Highlander 2C variant that I believe the Wolves make during the Jihad that is like, the dude watched an ancient clip of the Goof from Gundam and said, I want that in my hand, but make it Gauss rifles. And so they take out the SRM-6 and replace it with like 6 AP Gauss. It's ridiculous.
There are some very, very, very fun variants of the Islander 2C. Yes, it is a very good platform.
That has all the AP Gauss in its arm.
He did not like getting jumped by Word of Blake battle armor.
Or, protesters. One
and ATM-6s. Wow, he just didn't like battle armor. There you go.
To be fair, I don't like getting jumped by battle armor of any kind.
Moon and Rob bringing up in tabletop, 3 tons of Streak ammo is a bit much. In the game, it's nowhere near enough. I fully appreciate that.
To be fair to the guy,
fun, yes. You know what would be even more fun? I'm gonna make it even more fun. We take out those ERPPCs and we replace it by the weapon of choice, and then we have
3 improved heavy large lasers.
No, that's not going to fit.
Oh.
Sorry. 3 large pulse lasers.
Ah.
Now you're not running hot. And I think the BV's lower with the 3 large pulse lasers for now. They're saying that they're going to be changing the BV values for the large pulse laser. Yeah. With the RPPCs, it's more expensive than the in BV.
That means they would have to change the freaking bow value system.
They're saying they're wanting to.
They've been saying that for how long?
3 years now. 3 years now.
When MUL 2.0 comes out, BV 3.0 will be released. So by 2037, we should be fine. I mean, another thing that I would do on tabletop, I don't know which launcher I'd have to remove to stick a targeting computer in instead. But
What if
I
we
think a
drop the
targeting
20 down
computer
to a 15?
with 3 jumpy RPPCs would be blah, blah, be about the sound I would make for it.
What if we drop to a 15?
But I mean, you need a 3 RPPCs is 24 tons, so you need a 5-ton. You need a 5-ton targeting computer. So either the LRM,
drop the missiles down to streak 4s.
No, you need the slots too. I mean, this thing is 0 out of 78 crit slots.
Oh, fudge.
Yeah, it is also, jam packed.
We have hit that point. We have hit that point in mech construction where, okay, I've done everything I can, and I literally can't put anything else into this thing.
It's basically like car construction now, where there's modules underneath the carpet.
Yeah, it's gotten to that point, eh? I'm sounding Canadian. Would that be a B or A tier? The triple ERPPC Islander.
E for evil.
A for effectiveness. B for bland. Because 3 clan ERPPCs on a single chassis.
Yes,
You're a slower Marauder 2. You're a slower Marauder 2C. Honestly, a heavier, slower Marauder 2C. B for bland. A for effective. Take your pick.
Your Bravo Islander 2C brings back the Gauss rifle, keeps the 2 streak 6, but as a pair of LRM 15 in the left torso and is missing a medium pulse laser from the original. So you get 30 tubes of LRM instead of 20, and your 1 less medium pulse laser. That's literally the difference from the original. So this is probably a matter of preference more than anything else. I think I've played that in MechWarrior Online, and I had swapped the LRM 15 for more Streak 6. So 4 Streak 6 was quite funny. But I'm not sure it's anything fancy. It's basically the same. Hey, there's Zardoz. I'm really pondering buying it and printing it. The Zardoz figure. Zardoz MechWarrior.
Oh, the Sean Connery in a Neuro helmet.
Yes.
Romano, look at this image. That is what you aspire to be.
Yeah, I know. He's got to get my gut off first. I've already got
Sean Connery. When you realize Sean Connery's was playing James Bond at the same age, what's his name? Timothée Chalamet is, you're like, there's a bit of a difference between the two.
Chalamet's going to be the new Bond? Wait, what?
No, I'm just saying, like, Sean Connery was playing James Bond at the same age Chalamet is right now.
Oh, okay.
Rob, the weight for a targeting computer, clan targeting computer is 1 ton and 1 crit slot per 5 ton of equipment that can use it. So direct fire weapon. Inner sphere is 1 per 4 tons. And it goes really quickly. In McWarrior Online, you just buy, whatever. You just buy a 1-ton targeting computer and you call it a day. I mean, this is also pretty good. Sean Connery was one of the pinnacles of human perfection. He was a great man.
Too bad his last movie was.
He had a hard time with his last couple things, so that might have been his agent too, or him just not caring.
No, his last movie was League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
He did voice acting for a skateboarding grandpa.
Yes, I remember that.
I will not tolerate League of Extraordinary Gentlemen hate on this stream. I actually like that movie, unironically. I thought it was fun. Turn your brain off and have a good time.
It needed probably one more round of editing, and it would have been good to great. Right now, it's entertaining. We'll go with that. It's not. I don't think it's terrible either. It's just not as good as other Sean Connery movies. It won't beat The Rock, as an example.
Story on Dorian Gray and Mina Harkness, because when those characters got introduced, I was like, okay, who are these people? But now that I'm an adult and I know who those people are, I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Islander 2C Charlie is the Islander on steroids. Rather than a Gauss rifle, you get a pair of Ultra 10s. You keep the LRM-20 and only one of the 2 Streak 6. So you jack up the number of shots you're going to put up in the air. All you have to do to have that is get an XL engine, which is a bit counterproductive, but you're big. You got plenty of armor. The XL engine shouldn't be that much of a problem.
Keyword shouldn't.
The UAC-10 is probably one of the better clan ballistic weapons, so I'm quite partial to it, especially since you've got 2 and 4 tons of reload. So you are going to chew through those quickly, but at some point, something's going to blow up. 3 medium pulse is still quite decent. An LRM-20 gives you decent support, and a Streak 6 is a Streak 6. So reasonable once again. Once again, a very reasonable Islander 2C that I think is quite reasonable. It doesn't do anything good or anything really bad. It's just there. And in MWO, a pair of Ultra 10 is going to put a lot of lead in the air. It's going to put a whole lot of lead, and targets are going to start blowing up fairly quickly once that starts pouring down. So unfortunately, the Islander 2C is more and more looking like, is there a bad configuration for that thing?
No.
Very, very few of those. Because they are all quite good. We're just going to finish
really a whole lot else. I don't think there's really a whole lot else we can do with the Highlander 2C without fundamentally changing what a Highlander 2C or a Highlander is.
That's pretty much it. There's the 6 AP Gauss version of it, because someone doesn't like battle armors. Gauss rifle, 3 ATM 6, 3 ER medium lasers, and plenty of AP Gauss. You're going to burn through your ammo in, 3 turns for your AP Gauss ammo? So there is that issue.
But theoretically, there should not be any battle armor left standing after that.
I mean, an AP Gauss is, a weird medium laser in a way. It does weird medium laser things that medium laser range, but takes ammo. This thing is going to kill battle armors dead, and it has an ECM to break the C3 networks. This is clearly an anti-jihad machine.
Yeah.
slapping the back of that one terrible Wolverine. That's how you do an anti-battle armor build.
What do you mean?
There's this one Wolverine that does everything wrong when it comes to fighting battle armor. It's a 10. Oh, it's the one with the compact engine.
Sure.
Oh no!
Sure, let's put a compact engine on it. Oh, and this one has laser heat sinks, so you're a light show when you're firing stuff.
No, it uses a compact gyro and then nothing else in the center torso, so you just take more engine hits.
Oh, so it has a compact gyro, but not putting like 2 double heat sinks or something.
Is it the 9K? Yeah, it does everything wrong. This is not how you fight battle armor.
Maybe if you fight inner sphere battle armor?
I mean, you got 2 B pods, so it's like this is supposed to be the anti-battle armor build. Some of those PPC, okay, fine. 3 light machine guns, not great. SRM4, fine. And then you have light engine, compact gyro, nothing else in the center torso.
Yuck.
So
4 light machine guns aren't for killing battle
3.
armor. They
Yeah,
wouldn't do
3.
shit to a battle armor.
3 light machine guns linked to an array.
It's gonna like tickle the battle armors.
You're fighting.
It'll do something to unarmored infantry.
Even there, it's 1d6. It's not that, that mean.
Like
I don't like missile heavy ones on tabletop. They crit out a little fast. Someone has probably played a little bit too many Crusaders in their life. I am guilty of this as well.
If they didn't want me to play the Crusader, why did they give it such a kick-ass name? Checkmate.
And a kick-ass look. It looks great. It just needs case. That's all it really needs.
Maybe a little more armor, maybe better ammo placement.
It's not that bad in terms of armor for the Crusader. It's surprisingly okay.
If you want it to remain being a fire support mech. If you want to bring those wrist rockets into play, might need a little more armor to be a wrist rocket brawler.
You probably shouldn't be doing that to begin with. The Highlander 2C3 just replaces the Gauss rifle with a Hyper Assault Gauss 20. It is, once again, a little bit boring.
Hello, I like cluster damage, I guess.
I like clusters and I don't like aircraft.
I mean, this is also going to kill battle armors, but just a little bit differently.
All of your weapons are clustered. Well, except the Streak 6 will at least hit with everything, but all of them are cluster damage weapons.
No, you've got 3 medium pulse.
I guess you give this to someone who's not the best shot, because they're going to hit everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. And is it going to work?
Maybe.
I mean, it is going to work. That's the terrible thing about the Highlander 2C. I think all the configs are, is it going to work? And the answer is, well, yes. What's this one got? 353, same set of armor, same kind of thing. It got
ATMs.
Case 2 protected Gauss rifle.
And ATM
Artemis
6 is in
5.
ATM 6 instead of Streak 6s. ER mediums instead of medium pulse. And an Artemis 5. Yeah. I mean, those are all fairly boring. Yes. Are they all boring but good?
Yes.
Also, yes. So that's the thing. Like, they're all.
She ain't here to win prizes. She's here to kill you.
Okay. Did the Scorpions build this? Oh, Hell's Horses.
Yeah, it's the Hell's Horses that have the factory for the Highlander 2Cs. But then again, everybody that can buy an Highlander chassis off whoever can build one. So there is that as well.
You have case 2, so you're not going to get knocked down. Standard.
Potentially.
I believe the Bears are also making Highlander 2Cs now, because they seem to have a lion's share of the Hag variant.
What else was left in the MechWarrior Online bunch of guys? The Hunchback 2Cs from our friends at PGI, who are also odd, but are they bad? Are they odd but bad, or odd but good? There's still Hunchback
It's a
2Cs,
Hunchback
so
2Cs.
don't get your hopes up. Let's start with that.
I
A
thought there was
4.6
one variant that was actually really good.
we'll look at them and we will see. This one here is a more or less sniper. The Alpha has a pair of ER large, a pair of ER medium, and quad medium pulse. It's your disco ball Hunchback 2C.
I'd
It is a
rather
glass
see
cannon.
that. I'd rather see that armament on like a Hellbring. Well, no, I'd rather see that armament on a Timberwolf, who's going to have the speed and the armor to back up that firepower. But hey, what are you gonna do?
You do
Isn't this
have
like a
more
wood-
armor than a regular Hunchback 2C, because I was trying to mess with things. I had tonnage left over. So no, okay, no,
Ooh.
this one has the same armor as the regular Hunchback 2C. Okay, no, this one's the same. So, but you got 20 double heat sinks, so you can technically shoot a bunch of your lasers, and it's not going to start causing too much issue. But it's still, a whole lot of big lasers, so you are going to run odd.
Isn't this a Woodsman variant?
There might be
This
a Woodsman
also
variant that
sounds
looks
like a
that.
woodsman.
Is it good? No.
It would be good for kill stealing, but that's not it.
Oh yeah, if you're gonna kill steal someone, it's still gonna be good. But I mean, I wouldn't play that in video games anyways. I'm gonna get killed so quickly. I mean, where's the fun in that?
Okay, the Woodsman was 2 ER PPCs, 2 medium pulses, a large pulse laser, and ERs.
Okay, there's
Similar.
Similar, but I mean, you've got a little bit more armor too, quite a bit more.
And speed.
Your Bravo Hunchback 2C. This one has more armor. This one has more armor because I had to stick something in. And it's a 4-streak SRM6 with 6 tons of reload.
And 2 medium pulses.
And 2 medium pulses in the center torso.
So this is what you give to the pilot who just isn't good.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
No, he's a good pilot. He just can't hit the broadside of a barn.
Yeah, you give that to the guy that's 5'2" in the stats rather than 2'5".
Somehow that man is being allowed anywhere near a lethal weapon.
Well, there's a reason why he's not Hunchback.
We're gonna put
look.
him in.
He was an
we are
agromech
putting-
pilot. The clans recruited him because they need pilots, and he was like, "I can't shoot for shit."
He's now a leader of Bloodhouse and Clan Jade Falcon.
That sounds like a Jade Falcon.
I mean, you don't give people you like a Hunchback 2C.
Yeah, but this one's got 8 tons of armor. 8 full tons. It's almost as much as a Warhammer. Think about that.
That's as much as a Hellbringer.
Is that an indictment on the Warhammer?
Probably.
But I mean, this one is fun, and I think it's better than most Hunchback 2Cs. It doesn't mean it's good, but it's better.
Yeah, just an average C. It's like playing.
I wouldn't mind playing this, and if I play it, it might even survive to the end of the game.
It gets a perfect 2.0 all the way through high school.
The Hunchback 2C Charlie is probably my favorite. Even though it goes back to that 6 tons of armor, it has a pair of WAC 10, a pair of ER mediums, and quad ER mediums, actually. So that's a whole lot of ER medium lasers. That's a whole lot of Ultra AC 10s, but not a whole lot of armor.
It's like the regular Hunchback 2C after they said, look, you can't have crack anymore. Can we interest you in Adderall? And it really locked in.
The thing is, I'd take out 2 of the medium lasers and add 2 tons of armor, and I think it would be more reasonable. It'd be like ambient rather than Adderall at that point.
Oy.
Arnold saying that the Hunchback 2CA can run 4 ER large lasers. Yeah, that could be fun as well. I mean, sniping people with a Hunchback 2C might work.
That's just
Well,
the
I wonder if you
Warhammer
could fit-
10 with a gas pedal.
I wonder if you could fit coolant pods on that particular Hunchback 2C. So when you do fire all 4 of your ER large lasers, you don't blow up because you have a coolant pod.
I don't think MechWarrior Online has coolant pods.
It doesn't.
It
but
doesn't.
We do.
I mean,
Well, if we're bringing it over to the tabletop, we can make some fun little liberties with them.
I mean, MechWarrior Online allows you to do a whole lot more configuration swap without having to worry about things like, engineering.
Ah,
Hunchback 2C2. We're going to run through our Hunchbacks here. Hey, this one has more armor. It has 7 tons. See, it's a huge
So
improvement
the CGL email just came through for me
for the new book.
for all of this month's releases.
Oh, okay.
So
Are
they were-
any terrible books that you're going to have to suffer through?
Another Daniel Eisburn.
oh,
Oh, we lost the boss.
I'm back. I'm back.
And then don't forget, Brian Young has the Trans Flag Killhound Squad.
Is Draconis March coming out this month? That's my question.
It says it is.
Okay.
what about
I'd-
the BFM City and Savannah, the big 6x4 map with the Savannah and City map on it? Is that set to come out?
Battle Map Fire and Ice.
Oh, that's the volcano one. That one's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That one's pretty cool. I like their maps. There's no questions there. Their maps are still good.
They
I'm
just
perfectly
need to
fine with
get
their maps.
better authors.
They can't afford better authors.
I'll do it. I'm a better author than any of you guys.
Look, let me win the. I bought tickets for the Hoosier Lottery Fund. It's at 21 million. Shout out Indiana. I will get us some Black Library authors when I buy the Battletech. Okay, I'm gonna get us some Black Library authors. I'm gonna poach. We want. Who do we want? Do we want Graham McNeil or do we want Dan Abnett?
We couldn't afford Dan Abnett even if you hit that.
Yeah, and it's
Fine.
very expensive.
Fine, I'll get
you
Aaron
can
Dempsey.
get Chuck Dixon. Chuck Dixon's
No,
he's
no, not
expensive, but
Dembski.
decently
Not
cheap.
Dembski. We're not.
I'll
Dembski's
get,
I
got-
mean,
the best I can do is Aaron Dembski. I'm sorry, which might put us back at square one, but slightly more forward because he will actually write battle scenes and actually write the book,
yeah.
and his politics won't be like in your face
Front
like
and
a
center.
Tumblr discussion. It won't be like a
Wait,
Tumblr
wait,
discussion.
wait. We could upgrade from Bree to Mike Brooks.
Okay, we can do
No,
Mike
no,
Brooks.
no, not Brooks. Not Brooks.
He's the same person, just a better writer.
That's a mean thing to say.
How about this for an upgrade? What if Hunchback 2C, but give it the dual weapons that it needs these days? Crack 5s, a dual Crack 5
No.
Hunchback.
Quad
Why?
quad heavy lasers. That's what you need to stick on there.
Thought we already
the
had
two.
that, and I'm pretty sure Romano has kit bashed that one.
No, the Crack 5 one exists as well. The one I have open right now is the quad heavy laser one.
Quad Hag 40s.
You ain't
No,
bending all that
totally.
chassis.
Very carefully.
On a super heavy, maybe you'd be able to do that.
Improved Hag 40s from Clan
How the
Space
hell you
HK.
improving them? How the hell you improving them?
Make it lighter. I don't care.
They can fire slug and cluster munitions.
There you go.
At the
There you
same
go,
time.
for 40 damage. I had
If
written
those
down
four had-
rules for ags where you could choose like a ton, which was going to be, rather than 20 little pellets, it was going to be like 10 pellets of 2 or 5 pellets of 4 pellets of 5, 2 pellets of 10 for an ag 20. I had written rules for that, but yeah, it didn't go too well. Things
You know,
got a
if
little
those
bit
four-
dicey.
If those 4 Hag 40s could talk, they would be like, back when we were on that Hunchback 2C, we had 1 ton of ammo apiece, and we had to share that 1 ton of ammo. But by God, when all 4 of us hit with that 1 ton of ammo, there wasn't even a dire wolf left standing, boy.
Okay. One thing.
Technically, there's a SPA that allows you to group shots from scatter weapons, and I believe it does work on hags.
Thank you. There's one issue with what you just said. A ton of ammo
It's
for
only
Hag
3
40
shots.
is 3 shots.
I know.
So 4 heavy large lasers and 2 medium pulses. What do we think about that on a Hunchback 2C?
You're going to cook.
I've seen
That's
the most spectacular.
That's
figures
just
of
a
this.
Hunchback 2. That's the 2 variant, ain't it?
Yes, that's the Hunchback 2C2.
You jump out, miss all your shots, and fall over. That's what this mech does.
Fantastic.
We're
We're built.
Star Rider
even-
Special.
Can't even upgrade it to improved heavies because, like, you're still going to... Like, if you hit your target, yeah, it's going to get wrecked, but you don't have the heat sinks for 2 heavy larges and 2 large pulses.
Yeah, no, it's just not happening. That's what that one is called.
If I
Hunchback
recall from
2C3.
actually...
Triple ATM 12s.
Oh,
Yes. Improve those immediately.
And 2 ER mediums. And of course, they're going to be improved ATM because you're going to give that to someone in the society.
I mean, when I say overgunned, I'm thinking like I have too many long-range guns to be effective, and I have too many short-range guns to be effective. I can't even choose my brackets. Not overgunned like what that thing was. But 3 ATM-12s is cool. Make them improved ATM-12s, boy.
And then watch the other player cry. I mean, you could take out the 2 ER medium lasers and just stick 2 more tons of ammo for the ATM. Just why bother with those ER medium lasers at that point? Just give me more ATM ammos. I mean,
Yeah.
you're gonna
And that
die
might actually
anyways because you
reduce your
got 6
battle
tons
value.
of armor.
And then you'll still have the 1 ER medium in your head.
Oh, you've got 3 ER medium lasers. Fantastic. See?
What if we drop 3 ER mediums, give it a like small pulse or an ER small, and then use the freed up tonnage to give us some more armor?
What's that word you said?
Free tonnage.
No, the word after that.
Armor!
What's that? It's an Hunchback 2C. It doesn't need armor. Come on. It is one of the
Alternatively-
better Hunchback 2Cs. There's no questions there.
Yeah, you
Oh,
give all
alternatively-
I figured it out.
stay just as far away as possible.
Alternatively, if we wanted an Ilclan era Hunchback 2C missile boat, why not give it 3 LRM-15s with Artemis 5? Congrats, you're a slightly better trebuchet.
Where's the Hunchback 2C Mark IV? Oh,
I-
it's in the experimental. Oh, this one's gonna have something fancy. It's experimental.
2 risk
Doesn't
hyper lasers.
Oh, that's the crack.
God.
That's the crack 5 one. Okay, yeah. 7 tons of armor, so it's got more than the original. 2 crack 5 with 2 tons of armor ammo each, and 2 ER medium laser, and an ECM in the head to be an anti-jihadi machine.
I mean,
This is-
crack 5s are crack 5s.
This is once again a better version of the Hunchback 2C. I mean, those are clan rack 5s as well, so you get what, a range of 21? Yeah. 7, 14, 21, no minimum range for, let's say, 25 to 30 damage potential per turn. I mean, this is probably the better Hunchback 2C, the best of the Hunchback 2Cs, even. I would go that far as to announce that it is the best. And 4 tons of rotary ammo is going to be more than enough now that you can stick caseless in there. 2 tons of caseless and 2 tons of standard. You run through your standard, then you switch to your caseless. That's how I would do it.
Valid.
Oh, and then you can be unjamming them while firing the other.
Exactly. There's very few negatives to this particular Hunchback 2C outside of the fact that it's still armored like a snowblower at 7 tons, but
Ammo isn't
mean,
a problem because you will be dead before the ammo bin goes dry.
there you go. No problems there.
Either
But your
somebody's
snowblower
dead-
is 2 Gal 8s.
What was that, Romano?
Oh, no, that was Tanky talking.
Mm-hmm.
I
We
was
both
just saying
talked at the same time.
either someone's going to be dead by the time that ammo runs dry or the ammo cooks off. The question is, who is it?
Basically.
Oh god, I finally figured it out.
Mm-hmm.
Snub nose hag 30s.
Snub nose
Ah.
ags. That's what we want. Snub nose ags.
Can you imagine a Hunchback 2C with MRM shoved in?
No. It's simpler. It was what for the pair of them on that crossbow variant we did was 20 AP Gauss rifles.
Yeah.
You know,
10 AP Gauss.
given that the Novacats would have had Hunchback 2Cs, I wouldn't be surprised to see a Cretan refit that features like 2 MRM 20s or 2 MRM 30, whatever they can fit on there, whilst also giving it armor. Probably some funky Kurita armor.
Your ballistic reinforced twin MRM 20s.
I don't think it would fit is the
See that?
problem. Hey, there's the Steiner Hunchback 2C. That's what this one basically is your Steiner Hunchback 2C with 2 LBX 20s instead of Ultra 20s.
What if Hunchback 5SG? I think the 5SG is the one with the LB20. No, the 5SS maybe. Either way, what if that, but 2 of them? Now you're
And
thinking.
no armor.
Now you're really thinking.
I'm thinking with portals. It's in the exact same category as the other one in my book, but I mean, it's going to be glorious when you put it on the table, but it doesn't mean that it's very good. Unfortunately,
at the end of the day, the concept of the Hunchback 2C is you are a disgraced Salama warrior, go die in glory. I understand that.
Or Merc who stole this fucking thing.
Yeah, but why have such high-value guns and weapons on a mech whose only job is to run forward and die and be expendable?
I'm not sure an Ultra 20 is that expensive. Well, I mean, it's expensive in production cost, yeah, but all in all, it's not that rare. It's not that fancy. It's still just an Ultra 20. I mean,
Should have given them the Protomech ACs.
All right, I got
there you go, a
here,
Hunchback
boys. Y'all have
Oh,
fun.
see you, Romano.
have a blessed rest of your day.
Yes, we will. You guys take care and have a good night.
Thank
Easy,
you. Bye-bye.
bud. Okay, now that the Protomech cannon hater's gone, what if
You're breaking up once again because you're talking about Protomech autocannons.
The blankets are censoring you.
They fear. Oh, that doesn't work.
5, 6.
Oh.
How many is that? When you're building a warship, you can click how many you want. It's much better. Warships are better than building mechs.
You can put more on.
Oh yeah, I can put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more. 7? Yeah, 7 more.
And then
1,
2
2,
tons
3,
of ammo in
4,
the same
5,
car,
6,
so.
7. And I've got 20 tons left over. I mean, at that point, it's not a Hunchback 2C at that point. Just stick a standard fusion. It's 4 tons. We'll stick 4 tons of ammo with your snub nose AG 30. Well, those are AG 30s. No, those are AG 30s at this point. Those are pure AG 30s, 10 in each. side. I've got 12 tons left. There's one thing I can do. Got 7 tons left.
2 heat sinks.
You know, it's a shame that even if you were to try and build it as a super heavy, you still couldn't put subcapital lasers on a mech. Otherwise, the clans would find a way to do it with a high. Otherwise, the clans would find a way to do it with a hunchback 2C.
Definitely. I mean, I don't even know that's not a hunchback 2C anymore. It's just a odd monstrosity with too many AP cows.
What was that thing from Armored Core Mother Home or something like that? That's all it is now.
Making it go 585. Got a ton and a half left. What's the watchdog thingamabob?
Active probe. Light
watchdog.
Tag. And watchdog.
There you go. Watchdog CEWS. It finds the infantry. It kills the infantry. Finds the battle armor. It kills the battle armor. And you've got 8 turns of shooting.
That is a clanner that lives through the jihad and remembers the horrifying reality of purifiers.
It's what the Scarecrow should be.
It's what a lot of mechs should be for anti-infantry jobs. There's very few pure anti-infantry mechs out there. But they do exist. There's technically Orion 2C variants. We're gonna go look
it's
at
just an Orion. It's just an Orion with clan weapons.
Has anybody checked out the free story of the month?
Nope. Who's written it?
DGP Rector.
DGP Rectum? What?
Pretty much. Yes. D period G period.
I have no idea who that is.
I have no
Everyone wants to be a JRR. Everyone wants to be a JRR or even a George RR, but like you're not going to be a JRR or a George RR. Stop using your first 2 or 3 names as initials. That fad is over with. It's not fancy anymore.
Just stop.
Oh, maybe
Matter
it's
of fact,
good.
just stop writing altogether. I'm on the Sam Hyde boat with this one. Stop writing books altogether. Like, books are meant to hold important ideas and important concepts that
not
don't
like
need to be
anybody reads
diluted by
anymore.
verbal handing down. Exactly.
It's not like anybody can actually read.
Like, congratulations, you wrote your book on extreme leadership and extreme ownership. All you did was apply the art of war and the Book of 5 Rings to modernity. Did you really need to do that?
Maybe he did. You never know.
Well, when you're a former Navy SEAL captain, you got to do what you got to do to keep your revenue stream up. Remember, the deadliest weapon on Earth is a Navy SEAL with something in between him and his book deal.
Wow, that is a take.
All right, I'll read you the blurb for this book. During Operation Guerrero, as House Merrick stabs deep into the Lyran Alliance's flank, Lieutenant Santiago Steel Saints puts the Inner Spirit's latest battlefield technology, battle armor, to the test.
So it's a book centered around being a battle armor commando. This could be a cool concept, but it's modern CGL. So we know exactly what it's going to be about.
So
and we fuck while wearing battle armor.
Well, then it's a short story. Normally those short stories, they have to focus on something.
See, and Tom Levine actually had a good story in, what was it, Emerald Sword, where it was based around the, whatchamacallits, elementals.
Mm-hmm.
And then he wrote that book about Danny, and I refuse to read anything else from him.
You don't like what? You don't like Hot Asian Summer? That book. doesn't seem
Vacation. Vacation.
Vacation. Okay, that's what you call those. Okay.
Yeah.
Orion 2C Alpha. ER large in each arm, a pair of LRM 15, a pair of SRM 4s for some reason, and an Ultra 5. It is a very decent sniper with all of that. Doesn't have a whole lot of ammo. It has 2 tons of SRM 4 ammo, and I think that's too much. I would have stuck more ammo for the LRM 15. But 2 tons of Ultra 5 is more than enough. 2 ER large is decent. You're going to run OT, though, because 2 ER large and 2 15s shooting at the same time will tax your 12 double heat sinks.
Tell me those ER larges are in the arms.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
They're
So
the
now we have
center
big fat
piece.
barrel arms that actually fit a big fat gun instead of, oh wow, those arms are big. Surely there's a big gun in there. Nope, just medium lasers. Why?
This still seems like the kind of mech I would give to someone I don't like.
That is what the Orion 2C often ends up in discussion. Is it good? Not really. Is it bad? Not really. It lacks the punch of the original Orion 2C Gauss rifle. You got no ed cap weapon on there at all. You've got more cluster shots. It's really all over the place.
Technically, you're doing a good job of being a support. If the Orion 2C is meant to be a commander's mech who just loves the Krinsky lore so much that he wants to drive a claned out version of what Krinsky drove, then okay, it's a commander's mech. This one is truly a commander who wants to support the front.
From far away.
This mech sounds like a Archer 4W when the Dragoons were strapping SRMs to their archers.
Yeah.
And then just has 2 large lasers from a 2K or something like that. This is
And
just
an
a
Ultra
worse
5
Archer.
from a Marauder for some reason. I mean,
And
if I
what
did
makes-
a mixed decked version, I'd probably like take out the SRM4s or something like that and stick a command console in.
Now, question:
That'd be
this
fun.
Orion 2C variant we're discussing, is this a canon one or a MechWarrior Online one?
line.
So my question is why would we run this when the Tundra Wolf exists? Because its armaments, I don't know, it's just screams like it's a Tundra Wolf variant instead of an Orion variant.
Well, you do have an advantage over the Tundra Wolf that you've been in production for a longer time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but only Clan Wolf actually uses the Orion 2C.
And only Clan Wolf uses the Tundra Wolf as well.
Again, I ask, why did we need the Tundra Wolf when this exists? Why do we need this when the Tundra Wolf exists?
The Tundra Wolf is slower. It is same speed. It jumps.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they're not building the Orion 2C right now. That might be the problem.
Well, they never stopped. It's just that the Orion 2C is just the Orion 2C. Then Barak had it for like one era. The Republic got their hands on because, of course, they did, and then it went back to being just Wolf. The only other canon variant of the Orion 2C is a character that's I think a Knight of the Republic or something like that.
I do see another difference between the Orion 2C and the Tundra Wolf. 10 million C-bill.
That makes sense.
Yeah, by 10 million C-bill. You can buy 2 Orion 2C for the price of the Tundra Wolf.
Oh, never mind. That's why we want the Orion 2C.
It ends up being a bit cheaper on the wallet. Orion 2C Bravo. What was on that thing? This one's expensive at 16 million because it has an XL engine. What does it use this? Oh, that's what it uses the XL engine for. 4 ER large laser, a Gauss rifle, and 10 tubes of SRM split in a 6 and a 4.
Yes, please.
This is once again a true sniper. It has 17 double heat sinks, so it can shoot like 3 of its ER large, and the Gauss rifle can just keep shooting because it's a Gauss rifle, right? Maybe it has too much ammo for the SRM, but that's because it's from MechWarrior Online. Almost stick more Gauss rifle shots because you can always add Gauss rifle shots, right? It's the thing you can always add, and everybody's going to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, another great thing for a commander. Is it fantastic? I don't think so. Is it bad? Not really, because it's got decent armor, but this one's got the XL engine, so it is a bit more risky to run at the same time. So probably not as good as the other one, but you've got more firepower to pack in. So in the same kind of a wave as it's okay. It's not a thing that I would jump to get. Just if I'm playing MechWarrior Online, I might get it. And this one's just weird. An Ultra AC-10 on each side, an LRM-15, and 2 ER large lasers, and an SRM-4. So,
why is that SRM-4 even there?
Because it looks cool. We'll go with that. I don't think there's any other better reason to put it there. I mean, you're already maxed out on armor, so you can't really do that. I mean, it's a 2.5 tons. You do have some crits left. So
Take smoke.
Take smoke. It can help. Yeah. Not a terrible idea. I do like double AC-10, and it's going to surprise people. It doesn't run as odd because you can shoot your 2 ER large, that's 24. Your 2 AC-10 is what? 2 or 3? 3 per shot. So you might start running a little bit odd if you shoot stuff.
That's 46 of 30.
Yeah, you're 46 out of 30 if you shoot everything, because the LRM-15 does generate 5. Yes, RM-4 generates 3, but you're never shooting that. It's very odd, I would say, as a design. Not a thing that I would, once again, not a thing that I would jump on to add to a force. I mean, the Orion 2C throughout the whole thing is really C tier. It's just good enough, but not fantastic. Got a little bit more time. We're just gonna
C is for clan because it's an Orion, and you know it's gonna work. You know it's gonna work with clan tech. It's just not fancy or flashy.
That's a whole lot of things, but we can look at a few of the funny Warhammer 2C variants, I guess, or some of the bad ones. Is the sad
Warhammer
statement
and
about
Marauder 2C.
Warhammer 2C Mark III, the first modern one.
Thinking there aren't any bad Warhammer 2Cs. Oh, never mind. This one might be pushing it.
There's a few bad Warhammer 2Cs. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, that one's fine.
You really don't have range. That's what I don't like on it. 2 heavy large, 5 medium pulses in a targeting computer. It's fine. It doesn't run too terribly odd because it's got way too many heat sinks, but it still runs odd if you shoot everything. And with your range brackets, you want to shoot almost everything. You know, you've got heavy large lasers, 5, 10, 15, medium pulse laser for 8, 12. So you're going to be in that mid range there. You're going to outrange. Mm-hmm.
Well, I was going to say, if we're using it in like a trial or something like that, deadgum, you're going to put those big hole-punching heavy large laser shots both turns into a target. I'm assuming you've got the heat sinks to fire both of them without overheating, right?
Yes.
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 And then once you get into optimal medium pulse laser range, i.e. mid-range where +2, -2 cancels out, dead gum, just start chewing them up with 5 medium pulse lasers.
If I
It's a
recall, that
duelist.
was
It's truly a duelist mech.
yeah, it's one of the duelists. If I recall, that was another one of the test beds for heavy lasers. That's the only reason it exists.
Diamond Shark's testing out heavy lasers on it. The thing is, it's
Hatters.
really not as good as the original ones. So
It's so good. I give it a B.
give it a B.
It's
okay.
B for duelist.
B for duelist.
B for being good at dueling.
B for brawler, because it is really a brawler mech.
B for patrol.
Because really, if you think about it, it's the targeting computer actually makes it pretty like it's gonna hit.
You're a +1, -1 for the heavy lasers, and then when you get to mid-range of the medium pulse lasers, you're going to be a +2, -3 for an overall -1 with the 5 medium.
It's gonna chew people up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Warhammer Mark IV ERPPCs, fine. That's good. It's very standard. And a pair of ATM-6 with 5 tons of ammo. 5 tons of ammo. And an ER small laser.
And an ER small laser.
How many?
You're starting to be a little bit weird.
This is it.
They wanted to look like the Robotech Tomahawk with chest missile launchers, but because of visual legalities, they had to put them in little ear pods on its shoulders.
Come on, at least move those double heat sinks into the arms and then move the ammo back to the torso.
I don't feel like it's bad. It's just like there are better things I could do with the tonnage that this mech is, and I feel like we're a fat slower Timberwolf variant.
Not even, because the Timberwolf is faster and it's probably gonna outgun it if it used the same kind of tonnage. It's an odd design. It is very odd. I'd put it in the same category as that Mark III, so I'd put it around B as well.
B-.
B-.
It's a B- because there's better ways to bring 2 ATM-6s to the table. There's better ways to bring 2 ERPPCs to the table.
Yeah, that is a very good way of looking at it.
And I can't keep justifying it by saying, well, you still got that 85-ton kick going on because, oh my God, there's so many other 80-tonners that can deliver an 80-ton kick.
The
On the
only
plus
good
side,
thing
there's
is
a
it
lot
has
of
the
ammo.
5 tons of ammo, and you could run 2 tons of one, 2 tons of another, and 1 ton of the third.
I mean, 1 ton of extreme range, that's all you really need. 2 tons of the mid-range and 2 tons of the high explosive.
Explosive, yeah.
Yes.
Or I'd even take out 2 of those and put 2 ER medium lasers in for backup. But,
Hell, dude, I'd just load it up with all high explosive close range because you're going to be firing those ERPPCs at long range anyway. And once you get up close, introduce them to 18 damage per launcher.
Or run 2 tons of the extreme extended range and then 3 tons of high explosive. Just be done with it.
Yeah, that's another way of
don't
looking
even
at it.
mess with the standard bullets.
Yeah.
Or just swap them out and improve.
I will say from Battlefield experience, though, you do kind of want the standard ATM bullets because you reach this weird point where you're at long range for the high explosive bullets, but you're also at like minimum or like really not good numbers for the ER bullets. So it's like, okay, there's a case to be made here for the standard bullets to be present.
For 221 and with the 1 ton being the standard?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The Warhammer 2C Mark V is the Hag Hammer with 2 AG-20s and 4 tons of reload.
And 4 ER or heavy meats and Streak SRM4.
Streak SRM4 in the nose, because that's where the Streak SRM4 will go, right in the nose. 4 heavy mediums, because things have to die when they get close by. This one is quite reasonable. Yes, the heavy mediums are not going to be accurate, but who cares about that?
It's weird that at our tonnage we're relying on heavy medium lasers as our hole punchers because they are 10 damage weapons. They'll open up a medium mech and scare a heavy, especially if all four hit. But the hags are technically sandblast, so it's a little bit of a weird concept. But I wouldn't turn it down if I was told I had to drive it.
Could you actually consider this to be the actual hammer hands? See,
whoa, you're breaking up real bad there.
You went bad for a second.
Could you consider this to be the hammer hands 2C?
No, we already have hammer hands 2C that add the LBX. No, if it was a hammer hand, it need missiles in the shoulders to be a real hammer.
The base one has an SRM-6, so they just moved into the head.
It's just a nose-mounted SRM-6. It's also, it is another quite decent Warhammer 2C. Probably not the best, but Ag 20s are really good. So
it's B for being there.
I'd almost say A because the Ag 20s are really good, but you do
A
have
for aerospace.
A minus because Hag 20s are really good, but he's just kind of there.
Yeah,
we'll go with B. We'll go with B.
B for begone tanks.
B for begone tanks. True, the tanks are going to be gone with that. And the helicopters are not going to appreciate you either. That's another thing that's not going to enjoy your presence.
It looks like your computer is slowing down.
Looks
on my end?
On my end.
Yeah.
Running for too long, Mega Mac Lab for too long does drain resources. So, and I'm running Streamlab as well, Restream at the same time. So, okay, this one has a pair of ERPPC and an Ag 30 over the shoulder. That's it. Oh, and an ER small laser in the nose. Sorry.
This reeks of desperation during the jihad to put big guns on the field.
3071, it was at the start of the jihad. They didn't even... This reeks of, we wanted the Marauder 2C, but we only could get a Warhammer 2C chassis.
That too, yes.
You will get what you were assigned, warrior. I don't care if it looks weird. We just ran out of spares. Deal with it.
What I don't like with it is that it does run odd. It only has 15 double heat sinks. So you shoot your 2 ERPPC and your Ag, and you're running hot. You're running at a -1 to move. You're running at 8.
Oh, that makes sense.
Please help, my mech is overheating. Fire one less ERPPC. No.
It's a bear and raven only variant. They're the only two clans that actually use this thing, I think.
I mean, it does reek of desperation, yes.
I have to get the problem. I don't have enough backup guns to say, if you tell me to drop an ERPPC, I better be able to fire some medium lasers in its place. And I can't do that. I've got 3 big guns. I can't sacrifice 3 big guns.
And the Ag 30 only has 16 shots. With 4 tons of ammo.
Okay, confirmed.
That's a
ravens
lot for
and
a Hag
bears
30.
only.
So
confirmed bears and ravens only. That explains it. They both love cramming hags on the things.
I feel like it's a C+. It's going to do good damage, but you're not going to get very good bang for your buck because you do have to sacrifice a PPC every other round. If I had to sacrifice a PPC every 3 or 4 rounds, that's fine.
I mean, you can sacrifice your Ag, but then you have the other problem coming in. Hey, there's your Warhammer 2C with the 6 improved jump jets and 2 tons of reactive mass. Because reasons.
I didn't realize it had reactive mass on it.
It's made to go to space. This thing is Warhammer in space. Is it
But
bad?
what
Actually,
guns
it's really
do
not
we
bad
have?
though. I mean, okay, the reactive mass is 2 tons of just fancy stuff. You need an XL engine to be able to stick those improved jump jets in, because improved jump jets are heavy. And
Mhm.
you've got 3 on one side and 1 on the other, because it's weird, but it fits.
Ravens exclusive.
Yes, this is a Snow Raven exclusive because they're the only one who want to fight with Warhammers in space. I mean, there's reasons for that. But you do
Whole
have
defense.
15 heat sinks, so it is going to run OT with those 2 ER PPCs, 2 ER mediums, 2 medium pulse, 2 micro pulse, and an ECM. So you have all sorts of things. Oh, you also have an ATM-6 on top of all of that.
Okay,
With
if
3
we're
tons of ammo.
fighting in outer space, it's definitely an A tier mech for fighting in outer space. If we're fighting on the ground, it's B for being there. You're yet another Warhammer 2C with ERPPCs and a smattering of take your choice of secondaries. But it does jump. A tier.
Jump 6.
I mean,
With
what
an
were we going to
ECM.
do with 2 tons of reactive mass anyway? We were just going to put 2 ER medium lasers on it.
Fibro
Yes, 'cause you-
mines.
1 extra eat sink and a bucket of fried chicken.
A
Something
tag.
like that. A tag.
Mine
Yes.
dispensers.
Or an active probe to shoot the PPCs through the trees and the ATM ER through the trees.
I mean, it honestly, I mean, the 2 tons of reactive mass, even if you don't remove it, it's still gonna work. Now we're getting to some of the really funky ones here.
I'm putting
Hammer
it in A
2C
then.
Mark 8 that goes 5.8 with a 400 XL engine because speed.
Fun
Mhm.
thing about this variant, it's on the WOB list.
Word of Blake.
Is this the one that's also on the Lyran list?
It's also on the periphery lists.
How are
Two-
the Taurians affording this thing?
2
Go
heavy
into
lasers,
periphery clan tech.
2 heavy,
Two heavy
large
lasers.
lasers, 2 plasma cannons, 2 ER mediums, and a streak 6.
And it goes
This is the-
5.8.
And
This
it
is the
goes
one that my
5.8.
brother found the other day. It's on one of the Lyran lists. Gets it in Dark Age and Ill Clan, I believe.
I mean, your longest range weapon is
Mer-
your plasma cannons that deal no damage.
But they do heat up those inner sphere mechs and those clan mechs that want to ride that really nice heat curve.
Okay, it's not that it's
Anyone
on the
with
Lyran
armor?
list. It's Inner Sphere General. Inner Sphere Clan General, Canopus, Mercs, Taurians, and Dragoons. It's everywhere.
I was
giving
going
it
to
an
run
A
with a
for
little
Michelle
while ago
Branch
with my
being
Lyran.
everywhere.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, there he is. Hi,
yeah,
Willie.
is it good? Because everybody can get it. It's better.
Yes.
But at 22 million per, Jesus.
Look. You're an 80-something tonner that runs 5.8. You've got plasma cannons to be extended range flamethrowers, Mog power armor that doesn't have flame resistant armor, Mog infantry that don't have fire suits, Mog tanks that don't track heat, heavy large lasers to hole punch, a streak SRM6 because why the hell not? And by the way, 5.8. What is your charge range? What's that? 16?
No. 5.8. Your
5.8,
charge range is 8.
Your charge range is okay. How much damage is that charge though? Oh my god, he's a monster.
It's a charger. It's a charger.
It's a competent charger. It's a good charger.
Charger wish it could.
Charger witched with that.
Honestly,
But, I
if
mean,
the
you're
Capellans get their
competing
hands
with-
on it,
What
if
are
the
you
Capellans
competing
get
with?
their,
You're competing with the Phoenix Hawk 2C in that bracket.
but does everyone get the Phoenix Hawk 2C in that
No,
bracket?
they don't.
There
The
you
next
go.
one is in the same
The le-
category, going at 5.8, but this time
Money.
money, 82
Double
million
XL.
C-bill
Christ.
per.
Double
Sea
XL.
Fox
Oh god.
exclusive.
Oh
Sea Fox
god.
did this to sell more engines.
This is the Sea Fox that shows up. It's like, hey, you see this? You can't have it, but I'll sell you something that's almost as good.
So a pair
Does it
of
have a
Rack
double
5
XL?
in the arms, a pair of ER mediums, a pair of ER small, an ECM, and an LRM 10.
It's the Hammer Hands 2C.
It's
With a
another
ungodly amount of ammo.
weirdo.
And
I
all
don't
it
like
took was a 4 was the largest, most expensive engine possible.
I don't like it,
And it goes 5.8.
but it goes 5.8. It doesn't
What's
run
the
too
armor
hot
look-
because those Rack 5s don't generate that much heat.
What's
12
the
tons.
armor look like on those torsos to protect that double XL?
24 in the front, 10 in the back for the side torsos.
We're
Not
autocannon
terrible,
20
not
proof.
Great.
We're precision autocannon 20 proof, which you're going to need to shoot at it in order to hit it at those speeds.
No, it's 5.8 is hittable, especially with pulse lasers. You're gonna chew through it with large pulse lasers.
We can take 2 large pulse lasers to each torso.
Yeah.
It's B. B for being expensive.
B for expensive.
B for
I mean, in terms of
blaming-
BV, it's still under 3,000 BV. At least. And remember that your engine is running OT even if you're trying to idle it. So, because it's an XXL engine, so it always runs OT. It never runs cool. Warhammer 2C Mark 10, because there's too many of them. Which one is this one? This one goes back to a regular engine, at least.
Oh,
4, 6.
Oh, this is the Ill Clan. This is the Ill Clan WYSIWYG rec guide variant. I bet.
Yeah, 4 ER large in the arms and 2 SRM6 in the ears, and an ER small in the
Here's
nose.
Paul.
Available to everyone. Just about.
Available through everyone. It's
Finally, a
Supernova.
reasonable mech.
A reasonably bland mech.
Heat.
It doesn't have a head capper. I don't like that just because it doesn't have a head capper. It runs hot because even with 23 double heat sinks, you're going to run hot with 4 ER large lasers.
But it's cheap.
But it's under 10 million C-bill. Compared to what we had just before, it's cheap.
You can buy 8 of them.
You can buy 8 of those for the price of the previous one.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
Mercenaries
a
will
solid B.
like it.
Oh, I'm pretty sure Clan Wolf will like it as well. Don't worry. I mean, if you need mechs to fill formations, this thing will work just fine. And I think it's better than the Supernova. It doesn't jump while the Supernova does jump, if I remember right.
It also has 2
Supernova-
less ER large lasers, so it doesn't blow itself up.
But that's 2 SRM6. When it overeats, it can blow up.
Well,
Oh yeah.
Supernova, I think, is more expensive. C-bill was.
Yeah, that's wouldn't
Supernova
be
is
surprising.
also becoming way less available as well. So
I'm
this
not sure
might be
anybody-
taking over the
Oh,
niche.
yes. And now the worst one of the bunch. There's no question with that one. XXL engine. So
Oh,
it goes
it's
5.8.
even more expensive.
It has 20
Eat
double
this
heat
baby.
sinks. It has 2
XXL.
ER PPCs, 2 ER medium, 2 ER small, and an SRM6 and a small
With
ER
heat
small laser.
dissipating armor.
But it has 23 tons of heat dissipating armor.
You can stand in magma and not overheat now.
With your
No, because your
XXL
gun are
engine.
still running hot.
It's an F because you're just a basic bitch Warhammer 2C with fancy armor and a bigger engine to make you move like a medium mech.
Sea
But we're the
Fox
clans.
exclusive.
But
Like,
we're
I
the
don't even
clans
know why
so
I
we can
checked.
get medium.
Sea Fox.
But we're the clans so we can get medium mechs that put out just as much firepower, go just as fast, and aren't as expensive. It's an F.
I mean, I did the math, switched the XXL to an XL, switched the heat dissipating to ferrofibrous, and
You actually get more armor than
you're still winning.
just not.
It's
you have an
another
extra ton still.
It's another Seafox Gucci builds that they say, haha, look what I can build in excess and you can't have it.
It's them selling for some planet's poor GDP and they're like, yes.
Oh yeah, that's what I did on it. With the extra ton I had left, I put 2 machine guns and a half a ton of ammo on it. So it's basically
You made a
Warhammer 6R that's 80 ton with armor. That's a big difference. It has like 50% more armor than a regular 6 armor Warhammer. But that's if you stick an XL engine in rather than an XXL, and rather than heat dissipating retardant armor, heat retardant armor. Sorry, that's what I meant. You have ferrofibrous, which you can actually build anywhere.
And you can build 4 of those
for doing things like this.
4 of those for the same price.
It is not very good. Let's go with that here. And the final one, the 13, because there's 13 of these damn things.
The 13th warrior.
That's the one where you take I have a Warhammer 2C and a Warhammer 2C Mark II, and you mash them together and you rub them enough, and boom, you have this thing.
Raven
because it uses an extra light engine.
It has an XL engine, but it also has a pair of LRM 15 and 5 medium lasers and an SRM 6 and 2 ERPPCs.
Can we at least fire the 2 PPCs and the 2 15s without overheating?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, that solves that problem.
I have a reason to play Ravens now, and it's not their funky. Wait, does it have ferro-lamellar armor like all the funky Ravens?
No. It has standard plates.
Okay, so guess what? Plates. I can run this thing with a 3-4 pilot and still afford the funky Raven mechs.
It has 3 tons of ammo for the LRMs,
which is
competent.
More than enough.
Okay. Honestly, I think the best one was that one that was like 10 grand or 10 million.
I mean, the problem with the Warhammer 2C is that the 2 base one, the base and the Mark II, already really, really good. The rest is there or okay. Then you've got the heat dissipating armor one, which is crazy. And that new 13 is like you take the 2 good one and you stick them together, but it's a bit more risky because
that's nice, but it does lose out on armor. Instead of 230, it has 192.
Yeah, it's 12 tons of standard rather than 12 tons of ferro. So it does lose on that. It is more fragile.
CT.
The 3 was a competent duelist. The Spaceman was actually surprisingly decent. The 5.8 that doesn't use a double XL was really good, and then everyone else is just, why do you exist?
That one that was, like I said, the $10 million one wasn't hateful. That was after.
Yeah, the $10 million one was good.
Yeah, I'd actually say that was probably an A. Now,
like most of them are good to very good, and then there's weird oddities. I do like the 13. Yes, it doesn't have as much armor, but you're going to be far away from the damage. You're going to be in the back shooting your ERPPCs and your LRM 15. And if someone comes to bug you close by, you've got no medium pulse lasers to say hello to them.
That one's the Macross one right there.
Yeah, it has all the missiles for the Macross thingy.
Yeah,
but one thing I would do, it is really odd for me to say this, but I would flip 2 of the medium pulse lasers to the back to improve protection.
You do have the firepower you do have the frontal firepower to afford 2 medium pulse lasers to the rear. It's not a bad idea.
I'd get rid of the SRM 6 and add at least 1 more heatsink.
You'd have way too much tonnage if you did that, but you could add you could pile on the armor.
Yeah,
if you did that, like remove the SRM 6. Flip 2 of the medium pulse in the back. stick an extra heat sink, and just use remaining tonnage. You're at 216 armor, which is almost about the same as a regular Warhammer 2C.
I'm very proud that they practiced restraint and didn't make a Republic variant with 1 or 2 T-Simp cannons. I'm proud of them for that. I'm also kind of shocked that there's not a capacitorized PPC variant, and it's weird that there's not. I guess that makes sense. There's not one, but it's weird there's not a Gauss rifle variant when there's a Hag 20 variant.
I mean, there's already 13 variants. And the ones that we're adding up.
How many regular Warhammer variants are there, though?
28. Something around that.
So we're at half.
I mean, we could add a few more. What do we have to
make
lose?
A capacitor variant. We can make a capacitorized variant. We can make the Funky Republic T-Simp variant, and we can make the Gauss
Risk Hyper Laser variant.
Risk lasers
with radical heat sinks and heat sink overwrite kit.
Yes, that's an Hellkite build right there.
No, Hellkite would sit there
lasers.
He's made C3I and hold on, let me go look at his. He made 3 that are monsters.
I might no, I don't.
He would make one that says it's Risk hyper lasers, but they don't explode because we cracked the code. Which I like that because I'm a hyper laser enthusiast.
I've got my Bioroid versions, but I don't think I've got Hellkite's most recent kit of insanities.
Okay, this C3I and the Nova variants are basically the same. You take the base variant, you strip out the SRM for an ATM-6, give it 2 tons of ammo, and then shove Case 2 in the right torso.
That sounds reasonable.
Yeah, the problem is it's this other variant. I'm trying to remember why it is the way it is. 2 ERPPCs, 4 medium pulse, ATM-6, tag, and 2 AP Gauss rifles, 3 tons of ammo for the ATMs, Case 2 in the left torso, but part of the name is Auto, so I think this is one of his automata. This one's a robot, basically. It could be remote controlled by a dropship.
I think it was someone's custom mech.
Okay.
But the other thing is, on that one, that was just basically a regular Warhammer.
Yeah. And, they're not that expensive. He doesn't cram XL
put the
engines
risks in the arms and put the T-Simps in the torsos, and you're done.
Oh, God.
Yes.
I mean, it would definitely be a funky XTRO risk variant.
I'm going to do a funky risk TRO variant right there. I'm messing with it right now.
Risk repeating T-Simp.
Oh, dear Lord.
Does that exist?
Yes, it does.
Where is it? We've got T-Simp cannon and T-Simp one shot. I do not have the other one. It might be something that's even experimental.
Set it to unlock era and set it to experimental, I do believe.
In the settings, yeah.
Oh, but what I can do is rather than just put the unavailables in, T-Simp repeating cannon. There it is.
Yeah.
Because silly.
I don't know what the game rules for it are, but I know it exists, and it was a weird risk thing, and it didn't go off.
You need to change the rules to allow unavailable equipment. Where's that? If I remember correctly, I think that's under file. File options. Tech progression. Show extinct equipment, I think.
Ignore intro and then. Is that it? No.
Something or other.
Yeah. We're trying to break the game. Oh, there we go. Now we have it. So 2 Risk Hyper Laser, 2 T-Simp repeaters,
70 goddamn.
78.
Radical heatsink system, heatsink override kit.
You don't have the crits.
The problem is the crits right now. Like physically, I think this mech is not a good idea.
Composite internal structure.
I did the composite internal structure already.
Compact engine, compact gyro.
No, I had to put an XXL to try to have enough room and space. And no, this does not work.
No gyro.
Remove the lower arm actuators.
Interface cockpit. Oh no, it's crashing the whole thing.
It did not like that. Okay.
It did not like that. Oops.
Okay, just regular T-Simps.
With regular T-Simps, like 2 Risk Hyper Laser and 2 T-Simps would be a little bit too silly. It would be one of those things where you'd get arrested for being a little bit too silly.
That's fine.
I'm just gonna stick this guy in as the featured image, so we have something here. Yes, there's 45 revision of that damn page, but it doesn't matter because that's what we're doing. So we've moved on. We've managed to classify a whole bunch of stuff, go through the PGI variants as well, showing that those could work. Would they be boring? Yes, in some cases. They could be funny as well, so you never know. So we did a whole bunch of different things. Yes, we were a day early, but that's okay. The video's still dropping on Thursday.
And we didn't even get to the Marauder 2C.
We've got time to do other stuff, but I hope we get the book next week so we can talk about a book instead of just talking about that. Thursday, we've got the video on the War Dog. If you want to talk about a really weird mech, well, that's going to be one. And next week is going to be the video on the Warhammer. So I got to get my weekend planned around that because that's going to take me the whole weekend to record. It's going to be crazy. I hope I have enough images, but I think I do because we had plenty of people participating in that as well. So I thank everybody for watching. I will see you guys on Thursday, hopefully. And next week, we'll see what we're going to do. Worst case, we continue on this, or we talk about something else, or we do a tier list for the Inner Sphere medium mechs of the Civil War. I don't know. Talk about weird shit. So thanks, everybody. Have fun.
All right.